All right, Mech, hit us with the YouTube intro.
Hey, welcome everyone to our little game here. We're going to be using an AI to try to take over this mall.
Correct.
Going to go off the frickin' rails really dang quick, so...
So, basic premise of the game, everybody, is we have two competitors. They are Mech and they are JC. They are going to use AI to try and conquer the board. The whole point of the game is to conquer the board. However, while I may be the person narrating, I am not the DM. The DM is going to be run by novel AI tonight. Where would you like to be put, Mech?
Let's start at Jared today.
You start at Jared, and not only do you have Jared, but you have the squatting Slav that you had yesterday. He is an arrogant squatting Slav. Congratulations. Welcome. And where would you like to start, JC?
Let me start in the mall college.
All right. You are at the mall college, and you have a very suave, debonair man. His name is Eduardo. He likes to work out on the weekends, and you and he are not the same. Eduardo brings with him a homemade prom dress. Maybe he does a little bit more on the weekends than you know.
Dude, he works out with the prom dress on.
He does work out with the prom dress. All right, boys, so make sure you have that written down somewhere. I just want to let you know, good luck, have fun, and we will see what happens. Mech, it is your turn to start.
I am going to talk to my Slavic friend, and we are going to start the Communist Cat Party.
Oh.
All right, Communist Cat Party is in play. I hope it does well under your banner of Meow Zedong. All right, JC.
Mailnuts for all.
Your plan?
Me and Eduardo make a workout club within the college to attract more followers.
I guess we can say that's your turn. Your turn, Mech?
I'm going to go over to the Guns and Ammo and see if they would like to join our Communist Party and to share our riches and resources with the Guns and Ammo.
Mech, the communist kitty, and his Slavic squatting friend Jason, who was fairly arrogant, would walk to the Guns and Ammo store, decked out in their jewels from Jared, the jewelry store. They would ask the two owners if they would be willing to unite under their communist cat-centric party and join together. The two owners would say yes, because they were too dumb and greedy to know any better. Mech would then lead them to a secret meeting room where they set up a call for a general assembly for all cats. Alright. So it looks like not only did that work out, but it worked out very well. And not only that, you unlocked the two twins. One of them is a massive weeb. The other one is also a massive weeb. And together they opened a fake ninja merchandise and ammo store. Congratulations. Let's see what they bring to the table.
Now, when you say fake
they are
weapons,
tall. Congratulations.
They are tall.
So you have Air, Ran, and you have Jason, the Slaving squat. And you're all at the Guns and Ammo store. All right, JC, what do you want to do with your turn?
Me, Eduardo, and the Athletics Club go to Foot Locker to get a sponsorship for our club.
So that's all you want? You're not trying to take it over? You just want a sponsorship?
Well, I'm thinking that would turn into a takeover.
Not by the rules of the game. But if the AI decided that it turned out to you opening it, sure. There was a small bag that contained all the things he needed to survive. It was a clean pair of underwear, socks, and pants. At the bottom of the bag was a blanket and a sleeping pillow, which he took out so he could use to sleep. When he laid down, he quickly fell asleep. His dreams were filled with images of his childhood. Alright, I don't...
Yeah, this is going off.
What you did do is you met with the manager, the gimp that works at the Foot Locker.
Oh, no.
His name is If you manage to befriend him, he will be very loyal and will do anything for you. So he is the roaming boss at this area. Yay! Alright, Mech, it's your turn.
I'm going to use my turn to grab some swords and start sharpening them.
Alright, your turn, JC.
Me and Eduardo go to the theater to give the manager a blanket and pillow so he can take a nap and we can take over while he sleeps.
Alright. Alright. JC and his handsome friend, Dean Edward. JC and his handsome friend Dean Edward make their move on the movie theater. Their plan was to bargain with the manager and to offer him a pillow and blanket. Then, when they took a nap, JC and Edward would take over the store. They walked into the room and told the manager that there are no movies playing today, but if they wanted to see a good movie, he should come back tomorrow. The manager agreed and said he'd be happy to rent them out one of the new DVDs for $7.
What?
You heard me.
Oh my god.
He gave them a list of the movies available, which included American History X, Scarface, and The Godfather. They went home in a large pile of pillows on the floor in front of the TV and began to watch their chosen movie. This isn't what I expected at all. I thought we were watching Scarface, not some stupid drug drama. In order to understand the true meaning behind the name, you'd have to know a little bit more history regarding the time period it takes place in. During the late 60s and early 70s, America was divided between two political parties, namely Republicans and Democrats.
No, you didn't get the theater. You instead got a movie and hung out with the dean. You got the Scarface.
I'll add that to my inventory. Scarface on DVD.
Oh, hold on. You also did uncover the actual manager at the theater.
Hey, at least she gave you a DVD.
But they didn't even come in for a DVD. Next move, Cat.
Gonna leave my weebs at the Guns and Ammo and continue on to Dillard's to bring them into the Communist Cat Party to share in our riches.
But there's no riches in communism.
Shh. It's the reason why we're wearing jewelry.
No, of course.
Mek, the communist cat with a lot of jewelry, and his arrogant Slavic friend Jason would walk over to the Dillards to see if they could get the store to join their communist party. It was almost an hour, but finally, after many threats, the manager's secretary, she got all three men together in one room. Finally, after hours of talking and arguing, Mek decided he'd let them keep their profit-making policies. The next day, Mek went to a bank and deposited large sums of money into accounts under false names.
You only talked to the secretary about their policies. You said they can have their own policies, that you wouldn't force communism on them, but you gave up trying to get the store. Instead, you deposited lots of money into a bank. That's not very communist of you. Or maybe that's exactly what communists would do. Your turn, JC?
Myself and Eduardo go back to the theater to convince Karen that the theater and college should merge to be an educational powerhouse.
Oh.
JC, now donning his wig, and Edward, the muscular dean of Mall College, would go to the movie theater and try to convince Karen to work together with the college and make it an educational powerhouse for the students. It was a bold move, but if they could get her on the board, then she might just be able to help out find out who killed Professor X.
She went... Oh. She had been so helpful.
Professor X showed up, dude.
She had been so helpful before.
Up dead.
Before that, he was feeling confident this time. They would go to the theater and found only one person in attendance, a man sitting alone eating popcorn. Hey, Edward said cheerfully, walking over to him. The stranger looked up startled, seeing two people approaching him. Suddenly, while not even knowing what movie he came in here to see or why. His eyes widened slightly at the sight of Edward's bald head and muscles. Hello, JC greeted back politely, standing behind him. The man nodded, looking between both of the men curiously. Hi. Edward smiled brightly. Hi yourself, he turned to the man. We're trying to save this place, you know.
So, you went from trying to buy it to trying to save the theater.
I mean, I don't really care either way. I guess I figured that they had more movies playing here than just this one.
Which he didn't know he was watching. Okay. That means it is now your turn.
Oh, man.
I'm going to take my now sharp swords and go to Jared's and turn them into the foretold diamond-edged swords of anime lore.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my god. And that will be your turn. JC, what is your next move?
Okay, me and Eduardo take heavy books as weapons to forcefully throw at the manager and employee of the Foot Locker and hostile takeover.
JC and Edward would gather several heavy textbooks and walk to the Foot Locker. They would use the heavy textbooks as weapons as they tried to beat down the Gimp in a 2-on-1 fight. They knew that if they managed to defeat him, they would be the ones to take over the Foot Locker for good. They had no idea what was going through his head at the time, but he seemed confident in himself. He stood up with an evil grin across his face as he waited patiently for them to come closer. The Gimp jumped up into the air, using all of his strength so that he would land back onto the ground and made a huge noise like a thundering strike.
Jesus.
You know you can't win against me, the Gimp said angrily. I'm stronger than you two combined together, he said confidently as he began to run towards him, his arms outstretched as ready to strike at any moment. Edward got the opportunity to move first, and quickly grabbed a hold of something nearby, threw it straight at the Gimp. This thing happened to be a large book called The Great Pyramid. The object struck the Gimp right between the legs, causing him to lose balance completely. But just as Edward was about to charge the Gimp, he suddenly stopped moving. His body went stiff. He couldn't do anything except for staring blankly ahead. He turned around to slowly see the most beautiful girl ever looking back at him. Her dark brown hair flowed freely past her shoulders. She had nothing but panties and a shirt and a miniskirt that showed off her long, slender legs. There was something mysterious about this woman who intrigued Edward greatly.
I think he's losing focus.
God damn it, Edward!
Well, well, looks like we have ourselves another victim here, don't you think?
Oh my god.
He immediately stopped. What? I am not your victim. You are my prisoner. You will be treated accordingly. Oh, really? And why should I believe you? She replied sarcastically. He answered back, because I'm the headmaster, and therefore you will obey everything I say to the letter, or suffer dire consequences.
Okay, so it didn't work out.
Oh my god.
You got into a fist fight with the Gimp, but
Dude, we had it.
apparently his mistress was in the back of the store just waiting for you guys. And she's so beautiful that the dean just lost focus. Your turn, Mech. I'm sure that all of that was very weird to you. So you're fortifying your defenses, and you're sending Air and Ran to the Dillards to try to fight whoever's there.
I want them to go in and try to charm them into joining us.
I mean, they're okay. They're greasy teen weebs, but all right, we'll see what happens. Okay.
Mech, the communist cat, would send his subordinates, Air and Ran, to the Dillards in order to try to charm the manager into joining their communist party. The two communists entered through the back door as always with Mech's permission. The pair went to the counter, where an older gentleman sat behind the newspaper. He looked at the twins, who smiled awkwardly at him. Hello, sir. Hi there, he said, looking down at the twins. His eyes scanned over their bodies until he saw what caught his attention.
Oh no. No.
The two wore tight dresses that hugged every curve of their figures. One was pink and one was blue, but both showed off all sorts of cleavage.
Keep in mind, these are gritty,
no.
sweaty, greasy dudes.
Their breasts bounced as they moved, causing the old man to stare openly. Finally, he spoke again. Can I help you? We like to be hired at this establishment so we can better serve. We'd like to take care of business. Ren stepped forward. We'll do anything else you ask us to. Anything to get those jobs.
Oh man.
The man laughed heartily.
All right, so I'm going to stop it there. And it looks like Aaron and Ran are now working at the Dillards.
Oh my god.
They're my double agents.
They are your double agents at the
Dude,
Dillards.
I'm gonna send a secret message to Dillard's to do a coup de grace.
All right, and since you're trying to go for a full attack, you will now meet with the manager of the Dillards, because apparently you're trying to kill them. Unfortunately for you, it's Thanos.
Air and Ran, the two anime-loving brothers who were working at the Dillard's clothing store under Mech's orders, would receive a secret correspondence from the cat that said it was time to overthrow the store. Their plan was to sneak into the manager's room to assassinate the manager. However, the manager was Thanos, and he was not above reducing the would-be attackers to atoms. Soon as we decided and made sure that no one was watching, Ran pulled out some kind of keychain device from his pocket and opened a hidden panel behind the counter. Inside was a large metal safe. After taking several bundles of cash, we closed the safe again and put it back. We exited through the front doors, leaving the keys hanging off the side of the wall and next to the safe.
So apparently your boys decided to just cash out and leave. They no longer work for you. They bailed.
They opened the door like, oh shit, it's Thanos. Nah, let's go steal the money and
Let's just get some money and go. All right, it's now your turn, JC.
Me and Edward go to the Gimp at Foot Locker to convince him to join the Mall College and Food Court Alliance to protect all of us from the Cat Communism Party.
Okay, so that went very successfully.
It did.
They joined you. You now have more students than ever before and employees as well. So it is a very successful Foot Locker.
Alright, so I am going to act like those weebs were never a part of my association, and I'm going to see if Thanos will join my party for Cute Cats for All.
Oh.
Please, sir, Mech begged, join our cause. What cause is that? Well, you see, Mech began to explain everything about how communism works, but before he finished his sentence, he was interrupted. Communism? Communism? Yelled Thanos. You're asking me to join your crazy communist party? That's insane. No, Meg tried to calm down Thanos by waving his tail around in front of him and licking his face.
Look at him trying to be as manipulative as possible.
We only want everyone to share everything equally amongst each other. You know, equal rights for everyone. Equality for all.
What is this pitch? Mech, why are you doing this?
Equality my ass, said Thanos angrily.
That's a hard no. Your cute kitty pitch did not work, Mech. I apologize. Yay, good job. The college and the theater are now working together. Alright, Mikari, it is now your turn.
I'm going to send my Slav to get Thanos really drunk and get him to sign a contract to join us and hand over Dillard's.
Mech, who was upset that his plan of cuteness did not work, would decide to send his arrogant Slavic friend to try and get Thanos drunk on Russian vodka. It wasn't much, but it worked for him. Hey, I guess I'm gonna go buy some food, said Thanos as he stood up at the table. I'll be right back. Then he walked over to the restaurant with a huge grin on his face. His smugness made Mech furious. Why didn't this stupid jerk realize how hard he had been working? How could someone be so ignorant and have everything become such an important person? This is because all of their father's failures at life, no one else's.
Alright.
Thanos came walking back to the restaurant, still smiling like a fool. He sat across from Mech and ordered 2 more shots of vodka each. When he saw no eyes were upon him, he smiled brighter than ever, downed his drinks, and yelled, "All right!" The whole bar fell silent. People stared at Thanos, everyone except Mech, who just kept drinking his beer. And as soon as he realized no one cared about him anymore, he got angry. So without saying another word, Mech reached under the table, pulled out his blaster pistol, aimed at Thanos' head, and fired off 6 quick rounds.
There was loud.
There was a loud bang followed by screams coming from every direction.
Did you just kill Thanos?
Why do you have a blast? I guess you have a blaster pistol. Put that on your thing.
It's a blaster pistol.
People started running away from the scene while others tried to help those injured. Blood began pouring from his chest where 3 bullets hit home. He never felt a thing.
Alright, so you just fucking assassinated Thanos, just straight up. JC, your turn.
Alright, me, Edward, and Foot Locker employees armed with clothes hanger boomerangs attack the Dillards. Hostile takeover.
Oh, here we go.
JC, Edward, and an army of Foot Locker employees would attempt to siege the Dillard store. However, the store was fortified on the outside with spears lighting the building. Inside the Dillards was Jason, Mech's loyal and arrogant Slavic friend, who would try to defend the store by any means necessary. We started out early morning at 7 a.m. When we arrived there was already about 10 to 15 Slavs waiting in line to get inside.
Dude, he multiplied.
Bruh.
Hey man, one of them said, I don't think you're supposed to have your crew here. The way he said it made me want to punch him in the face, but instead, I just smiled and replied, you guys are probably correct. If anything happens, please notify security immediately. As soon as he finished taking, everyone else left except for 5 or 6 of them. To my surprise, I saw 2 men staring at me with their hands folded together. One of them said, we can't just let you in without a key. My jaw dropped before I knew it. I felt myself getting angry. My eyes began to water and my fists clenched tightly until they hurt. This is when I noticed the other members of the gang watching me intently. Then I suddenly heard their voice say, yo, JC, look at this dude. Look at this dude. Yo, bro, check out how crazy he looks right now.
You bet everything on this. It's not working.
Oh
His words echoed through the arena, causing every person present to turn towards me. All of these people stared at me with disgust, anger, and hatred. We will not allow anyone else inside until you leave. I turned around and started walking towards the exit. Before I got far ahead, I heard, hey, wait up! There stood 2 men along with the rest of their friends who were laughing at me. Come on, man, what happened to you? Didn't you used to be cool?
So, you tried to get in, it didn't work out, and next Slavic people just started roasting you. Well, it looks like this is the end of our battle, and congratulations to Mech. You are the victor. Good job. You now win the mall. And, JC, give us the outro.
Remember, like, subscribe, do all those things so that random AI-generated captions don't happen to you in your life.
Hey! Alright, goodbye.